Welcome to the Meant for More, the only podcast that you need to make your life a masterpiece. And today we discuss fears that stop people from starting their businesses and how to overcome them. Of course, I will share with you 3 frameworks which worked super well for the clients that I worked with. So let's dive straight into that. Imagine you want to start a business, or maybe that's you. You want to start a business, but something is holding you back. There is a part of you which is not moving ahead, and that's a problem, my friend, because you are not able to live up to your potential if you are not acting upon your desires and your dreams for your career. I had this beautiful client who came to work with me. She said, Kristina, it's been a while that I've been thinking about starting my business. She was quite new to Singapore. It's been only a year since she moved. And she came to me with the request that maybe now it's a time to start her business. Yet, there was something holding her back. She was sitting on that idea for a while. First thing we discovered was her life vision, and it's a deep and meaningful work. Yet, I can share with you a simple exercise you can do yourself. I learned it at Tony Robbins' event and I loved it so much. Imagine you are 95 years old. You lived your beautiful life. You're sitting in the chair, maybe reclining, by the beach. Or maybe mountain are your things. And you're sitting there and you're thinking about the life that has passed. One of the things you are grateful to yourself for taking actions. Which are the projects, the businesses that you started? Then you say, wow, I'm so grateful I've done that. What are the things you are sad that you did not act upon? Let your imagination fly away years from now. What do you see there? When we did a version of this exercise, a deeper one with my client, she was like, Kristina, that's it. I would be so sad if I would not give myself a chance to start this business. We need to act now. What we started is you want to start a business, but you have a fear. What if, and that's super common, I fail. What if I fail and that will not work out? I want to offer you 2 frameworks. One is super practical, fear to action. Imagine you started that business and alas, it didn't work out. What is the worst case scenario? Worst case scenario, you're probably going to lose some money. Probably you're going to create some sad moments in your life. What's next? Spoiler alert, we're all going to die. No one is getting out of this life alive. Yet, you can die with regrets of not doing things. Or you can die in peace, knowing that you lived full life, full of purpose, meaning, tries, and hopefully profit. So worst case scenario, it doesn't work out. In reality, a lot of businesses start with one idea, but then through the market tests, environmental tests, changes, the idea reshapes. It you pivot your idea, you innovate, things move. So worst case scenario, it will not work out. What is the best case scenario? The best case scenario, you become a business celebrity. Would you change millions of lives? Would you speak on big stages? Would you create a real impact? Maybe you would save lives. Maybe you would change lives of millions of people worldwide. How would the best case scenario look for you? And again, we did this exercise with my client. She felt so excited for her best case scenario. What is the realistic case scenario? I would say I'm living my realistic case scenario, which sometimes feels like a dream. I have my profitable business. I'm not making millions, yet I'm making thousands of dollars doing what I love with the people I admire, and I genuinely feel I'm living my purpose. I was meant to do that. I would not change that. So this is available to all of us. Maybe not everyone can become a second Oprah or Chanel, but everyone can live their purpose, make profit, and be genuinely excited about the work that you do. And for realistic case scenario, we start asking ourselves, and that's where the job of coach starts. My job starts. This is our dream scenario. This is our realistic scenario. What is the business strategy? What is the business plan? What are the systems that we would put in place so that the realistic case scenario not only becomes possible, but it becomes inevitable? We started creating that plan with my client for her dream business to become her realistic scenario. Third common fear. You have a business, and as a business owner, most times it's your job to promote your business. And that's where a lot of entrepreneurs to be might feel uncomfortable promoting their business or selling for their business. The question which raises for a lot of women, what would others think? And you know what? I've been there. When I was starting my business 10 years ago, that little thought, what others would think. And the most surprising thing is that my brain went on to those others, my classmates. Can you imagine that? My first degree is in law, and I thought, oh my God, what do my university mates would think about all that business jazz? And that's where I had to have a serious, honest conversation with myself. Who are the people who would live with consequences of my decisions? Having your dreams coming true and not having my dreams coming true. That was me. Only myself, not the classmates, not my parents, no one else. I would be the one living with the consequences of my decisions. So I'd better do decisions which support my best vision. Second question, who are the people who would be providing for having other dreams of mine coming true? Would those strangers on the other side, which might judge me, pay for my holidays? I don't think so. Never done before. So again, it's me. So taking responsibility for the actions and outcomes of their life, of your life, my life, yours, ours, such a powerful tool. I understood that people who may judge me are not the people who are going to live with consequences of my decisions, are not the people who are going to take me on holidays, and that it doesn't really matter. And we worked through that fear, discomfort with my client. Happy to report, she started and grew her business, working with her dream clients, established, reaching more people in her life. Your fears are here to keep you safe, but it's you who can decide to move from fear to faith, from trying to figure it out on your own to working with the mentor who can help you build that probability of reaching your best case scenario or the realistic scenario for your life. Darling, if you're like me in your 40s or 50s, the question I'm asking myself these days, if not now, Kristina, then when? When are you going to do that? I'm wishing you clarity and courage in building the business that you want and overcoming the fears that are stopping you from doing so. If you enjoyed listening to this podcast, like, follow, comment, share with a friend. I appreciate your support. Check out what other podcast episodes we have there. See you next week.